Hey, Corinne. So I'm wondering if I should do a Roth conversion.
Roth conversion. Well, it really depends on what this year has been like for you. So, has it been a big money year or a little money year?
I haven't made any changes, so I'm just like at the same salary. Well, I got like a small raise, but mostly at the same salary that I've been at for like the last 5 years.
In that case, I mean, we can look into it in more detail. Broadly speaking, we would consider doing Roth conversions when you've had a year with no income. Sometimes that might happen. If you take a little mini retirement year off or a sabbatical or something that's unpaid. So a year that you have no income, a year that you might have lower income than usual. Maybe you just work part time and did a bunch of traveling. Who knows? Maybe you have a low income year. Maybe you went back to school. Um, and the idea here is that you take money that's inside a traditional retirement account and you convert it so it becomes Roth money and then can continue to build and grow in the same way that money inside a Roth always grows. So we have a separate video on the difference between traditional and Roth. So check that out. But the point here is that you don't want to just like willy-nilly do Roth conversions unless you know that it's a year that you can afford to suddenly have a whole bunch of money from your traditional account be considered income in the year and then get pushed into a Roth account and then grow tax-free from that point. So that's basically what a conversion is. It's when you take traditional money, turn it into Roth money. And the cost of doing that is having to pay taxes on that amount that you're converting in that current year, which is why we say, is it a low income year or a no income year? Because if it is, then that would be a really good time to convert.
I'll be honest, I didn't totally understand all of that, but it sounds like the gist of it is if for some reason I make no money or like have a lot lower income than I normally do in a year, that's when I might want to talk to someone or research switching my money over to a Roth. Is that right?
Yes. And that's a really good thing to note here is that in order to have confidence that it is a good year to do a Roth conversion, the best thing to do is to run some scenarios, and financial planning software can do that. The financial planners, we can help you do that. So you can look at the side-by-side comparison of, if I do a conversion this year, how will that affect my retirement later? Or if I don't, how is that going to affect my retirement? And if I do either of those things, convert or not convert, how is that going to affect how much I'm paying in taxes this year? So you don't have to do all of this stuff, all of these calculations on your own. It is a little bit complicated, and there are software and tools that can help you crunch those numbers and figure it out. But just in a nutshell, usually we will consider doing conversions in a year that you haven't made a lot of money, because we want to be mindful of how much we might have to pay in taxes this year if we do a conversion. Conversions are really a tax decision.